All right, look like we're rolling right now. Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? How you doing? Good afternoon. Today's a beautiful October 30th, 2023. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold, and I just want to take this opportunity to share with you about the missed opportunities I have. Quite so many people have made or missed in their lifetime. And a lot of people have missed those opportunities. It's just like this highway sign: either you miss or you take it. That's just one of the two things. And through the years, I have come to understand that more clearly as time goes by. And I take advantage of some opportunities, but that there's the other opportunities I wish I have somebody who told me. I wish I was invited. I wish involved in this opportunity where I would have the opportunity to be in a position of strength, in a position of leverage, where I don't have to worry about the cost of anything or how well my retirement would be. So I want to share with you guys some of the missed opportunities that we have missed out and where we were not invited. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can get this thing rolling. You know, and again, it goes back to these three statements: should have, could have, would have. Shoulda, coulda, would have. Because I'm here to tell you guys, many of you are one at least, if not one, but all three. And that's including me. Should have, could have, would have, wouldn't change a thing. Had you done it, done it, done it. So I'm going to share some of the opportunities that's available, that's been out, that a lot of people have missed out on. And we're going to talk about it just a little bit. I'm not going to stay on too long because I have a meeting within the next 40 minutes. But I just wanted to just come on live right now just to talk about that. And then again, perhaps I better go ahead and talk about myself. First of all, my name is, again, it's Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold. I am a disabled veteran. My career started in 1984. It ended in 2011. Now, I did have some break-in service in between when the drawdowns of 96, and then after 9/11, I came back in. I started off my career as an infantry soldier, then later on an instructor, and then an infantry officer. Got out the military. 9/11 came. The Army wasn't taking anybody. So the Air Force took me. And you'd think it's the other way around. So I joined the Air Force for a while, serving in a civil engineering squadron called the Red Horse. Done some great things with the Red Horse. Loved it. But deep down inside, I've been called to be a chaplain. And there was no opportunities at my age for the Air Force chaplain. So a friend of mine shared with me I was his XO. He was my company commander. And he was telling me, a dear friend of mine, come on back in the Army. I'll help you get your commission back and get you back on stride and you can retire well. And so just come on in and we'll start you on civil affairs. So I didn't know what civil affairs, never heard of it, never heard of PSYOP. So I took the advanced test. But before I can leave the Air Force, my commander told me to get him through the inspection, because I already did my 3.5 years at the time. Get me through the inspection and I'll let you go. And he was prior Army too. He was a combat engineering officer at the time. Now at the time he's my commander, he was a civil engineer officer for the Air Force. So I've done my life transition, and around that time, and I took an opportunity to come back to the Army as an NCO and started a journey towards getting recommissioned and moving up and taking advantage of every opportunity that's available through professional development, education, you name it. I try to do it all. So in that retrospect, I got promoted to E6. And then right before I was out the Army altogether, I got commissioned again to a chaplaincy. Now, did I continue my career in the chaplaincy? Oh, no, no, no. Because, like I said, I'm a disabled veteran. So that pretty much took over. I was pretty much done in my military career. And I was very happy with my career. And I tell you, any young person, don't get out. Ride as long as you can and make the most of it. Take on every opportunity, every continued education, every NCO yes, every officer continue education and grow with it. And then that way you won't have to look back and say, could have, should have, would have. Fortunately for me, I had a second chance to get it done and at least walk out that commission as a captain, as a chaplain. All right. So we're moving on to the next one. Also married to my beautiful wife, Sheila. We've been married for 28 years. 1995 is our year. And one thing we're a firm believer in is living a God-centered relationship. The Bible is the center, not religion, not organization. The Word of God is the center of our relationship. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm very happy with our marriage as we approach 28 years come November 15th. And we also have some beautiful children, 2 boys and 2 girls, 2 adults, and a number of grandchildren that we love very, very much and very proud of them. They've achieved great things. So, I mean, yes, and we're just ecstatic what the future shall bring with us. Also, my other background, I've also been bivocational, a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ, been a pastor, been an associate minister, and started off as associate minister and moved up to assistant pastor, then the pastor, senior pastor in that order. Served as hospital chaplain too for a little while, at least for 3 years. And I'm an author of 3 books. Go to your Christian bookstore or order online. I'm everywhere. All you have to do is type in the title and you'll see from there. But I'm a firm believer in taking advantage of opportunities. And I do always tell anyone, strive for what you want. Some things you got to put aside to reach those goals. Also hold, as you can tell, a number of credentials, certifications from Virginia State University to Cornell University. Also an alumni of Liberty Baptist Theological University Seminary and also University of Phoenix and St. Leo's College. So I've been there, pretty much done that, and that still doesn't include all my military and civil service education as well. Maximize your life, take advantage of it, guys. Don't waste time. So let's back to opportunities, missed and taken. Just think, if someone has given you an invitation or called you or hey, told you about an opportunity, would you take it? Would you look at it? Would you strive for it? Would you at least be open-minded to see what it's all about without being prejudgmental or condemnation? Because we missed out on a lot of stuff because nobody told us about it. We missed out on a lot of opportunities because we didn't follow up or follow through. So I'm going to show you some opportunities that were available that we all missed out. And here they are. You know the most profitable investments of the decade: Bitcoin, Tesla, Netflix, Domino's, and Amazon. Let's start with Bitcoin. You remember when Bitcoin first started, it was worth $1 per coin, and people thought it was a scam. The scam. Let me share with you about this scam thought. Scam going to keep you broke. The word scam going to keep you so broke that you won't be able to pay your way out of a paper bag. That's for real. Car breakdown, you're stuck. You got to borrow money, somebody else's money, to fix it. Or had to borrow somebody else's money to hopefully purchase another one, finance another one. But would it be nice if you can just walk up to the dealership and say, I want my own car? So it's at the time it was 62,000 at its peak, 500%, $500. It went up 62,500%. Tesla started off real small too. I mean, you can buy a Tesla share for $1 a share at the time. Good gracious almighty. We missed out again. It has shot up over 5,000%. It's more than that now. Then let's take a look at Netflix. We used to love those VHS going to Blockbusters. Y'all remember Blockbusters back in the days? Well, Netflix came on board and Blockbusters wasn't interested in Netflix. It was a joke because they were doing very well, and guess what? Blockbuster is now out of business. And Netflix is $1 billion company. So is Tesla, so is Bitcoin. And then you got Domino's Pizza. Don't we just love Domino's? They have their early start. They started with one restaurant, then built onto another and franchised out. And they have multiplied 3,000% plus. Wouldn't it be great if somebody would have invited you to one of their meetings? Wouldn't it be great if somebody would say, hey, this Domino thing's about to get kicked off. You might want to put your money into this thing. Let me show you how. Are you going to tell them scam? No, scam this and scam that? And there's Amazon. It started off just promoting books, like a bookstore. Okay? And that's how it got started, as a bookstore where people can purchase books. Look, there's not a thing you can't buy now while going through Amazon, short of buying a card. And it profited 1,250% growth. So I'm here to tell you guys, in the most simplest forms, these businesses, investments, have become the most profitable in decades. A lot of people became millionaires. Those who jumped in, who heard about it, jumped in, took advantage of the opportunities, and became billionaires. Some became millionaires. Some became multimillionaires. Some become $100 million worth in net worth. But here it is again, guys. Hold on for a second. My neighbor got his engine rolling. I really don't want to be distracted because this is really too important for each and every one of us not to miss. Again, guys, Bitcoin, Tesla, Netflix, Domino's Pizza, Amazon, Nvidia, come on, MasterCard, Apple, 840%. It's all about investing. And this is back in 2020. People are still investing in these companies. And they're worth billions. Today, they're worth billions, and they're international. Just think, if someone offered you an opportunity to say, hey guys, here's an orange. I got an orange label right here. That's all I got. All I got is this orange label. And I want everybody, to take a look at this, the potential of this orange label. And it's going to become one of the biggest things since cornbread. And it's going to be the biggest thing since Tesla, the biggest thing since Bitcoin. Are you going to stop right there and walk out the meeting and say this is a scam? Are you going to miss out on an opportunity that could change the life for generations? Or are you going to sit there, learn, and get involved? Well, I hope you get involved, because an opportunity doesn't come back once or twice, okay? But once it goes through, the people who get on later are going to pay a higher price to get involved. And here it is. Remember Bitcoin in 2010, Bitcoin was worth $3. 2020, 22,000. It's probably 30,000 right now. Let me take a look on my phone, and I'm going to be real quick because I'm running out of time. How much Bitcoin's worth now?
1 Bitcoin equals $34,403.
$34,403. Okay. So it went back up, it went back down, went up to 34,800, and it went back down to 34,534. Still holding. I got money on Bitcoin. I got money on the blockchain. I got Ethereum on the blockchain. Ethereum is at $1,800 right now. Litecoin is $69 a coin. So people are still investing in these things, guys. Tesla started off, just think about this. People, you thought it was a joke. One guy spent a coin for $1, a digital coin on $1 for a pizza. That $1 is worth $34,000 now. Just say if you have two coins, you have enough to buy yourself a luxury car, like a BMW or an X5 or a Mercedes. Or if you got 5 coins, you can buy yourself a beautiful Maybach or a 750 Li. Just saying, I'm just saying. Or buy yourself a house, because some housing markets are accepting coins. Tesla was worth $4 its shares. Now Tesla in 2020, its price was $649 per share. That's 161,000% growth. Netflix in 2010. A lot of things happened in 2010. And my grandson's almost 13 years old. That's 13 years ago. Price was Netflix was $8 per share. You can buy a share of Netflix. And guess what? Price is $528 in 2020. A 10,200% growth. Just think if you would have invested or somebody invited you and you stopped by and you got in. Or let's look at Domino's Pizza in 2010. $4. $397 per 2020. That's a big growth. 9,820%. In 2010, another company, one on the upper right-hand corner, I couldn't even pronounce it, guys. So if you know, type it in on the comments. Nevada, $16 per share. $533 per share now. That $16 would have been worth quite a bit. And Amazon, again, the bookstore that sells books that nobody really was interested in. That had the books that were not even the number one seller. And now all you see, matter of fact, I got an Amazon delivery coming in today. Now they're using drones to make deliveries. You got individuals making deliveries. They got people in private cars making deliveries. I mean, it's a distribution hub of 2020s. And I'm here to tell you, $125 investment would pay in dividends at $3,206. Let's say you put $10,000 in Tesla back in 2010. You'd be very happy. Or you take $15 or maybe $1,000 and put it in Lulu and look at it now. Or maybe Apple. Apple been around for a long time, but let's say you invest in Apple at $7 a share. It's $128 a share. I'm seeing, and that could be more than that. This is 2020, and I'm here to tell you now. This is just how I look stock. This is investment. I mean, this is investment, guys. Just to give you an idea, just think when Apple first opened, and it was presented in the garage in front of a friend, and you got involved. You know you're a millionaire now because you got involved when Apple first started, not 2010, but back in the 80s, late 80s, okay? Or late 70s, I'm sorry, late 70s, because I had an Apple computer back then. And just think, I'll tell you how old I am. And let's take a look at Amazon. I mean, Amazon been around beyond, earlier than 2010. Just think how your life would have been had you took advantage of that opportunity. Opportunity comes and goes, like Uber. I mean, Uber was just an idea. I mean, here's a story about the co-founder and CEO Travis Kalanick. Kalanick, he dropped out of school. Didn't say he would drop out of high school or dropped out of college, but he dropped out. Bill Gates dropped out of college too, and he got an honorary doctorate degree because he made so much money and provided so many careers. But he launched Score and Red Swash Files. It's a sharing company, okay, file sharing company. Okay, he launched that, went into business. His service was legal, but at the same time, there were a lot of illegal activities were taking hold in it. Okay, so then he got into trouble, like so many businesses do, Everybody faced some hardship. Everybody faced some setbacks. So, I mean, if you read my book, you'll find I had some setbacks too. But he had to pay $110,000 to the IRS or he faced jail time because he wasn't paying taxes. Look at the famous singer, I forgot his name. They sing the Candyman. He sings the Candyman. I mean, anyway, he owed taxes when he died. But anyway, that's another long story. But take a look at the timeline, guys, right here. He and Garrett Camp attended a Loeb conference in Paris, France. Okay, and then what they done, they raised $1.25 million to launch the Uber that we understand as Uber. They launched a dream. It was on paper. It was an idea. Because one of his frustrations was he could never get a cab. And he came up with some ideas and thought about it. I wondered if I could use these iPhones were just coming out. What would be great if people have an app that can call a cab, get somebody to pick them up and take them to their destination. Hence, born Uber. Uber launched a day trial for Paris, France. Okay, a day trial. So that's what pre-launch mode. It was pre-launch mode. In October 2010, Uber officially changed its name. And I'll tell you, it was called Uber Cabs at first. It was changed its name to Uber, as we know Uber. And in December, now that was October, 2 months later, in 2010, Kalanick became Uber's first CEO. All right? It went from beta phase to pre-launch and to launch. Think about it, guys. You could have had the opportunity to get involved with Uber right now before even launch. Today, Uber is one of the leading transportation services in the world. I mean, matter of fact, it's worth over $70 billion. All right? It is worth that much money right now. So, guys, if someone presents an opportunity to you, and you're facing a hard time, you want your life, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're sick and tired of your old job, then you may want to be open-minded instead of staying scam and go ahead and get involved, or at least take a hard look at it, weigh the pros and cons, and get involved. Because Travis Kalanick has got started with something, and I can tell you right now, he didn't pull $1.25 million out of his own pocket. He had investors, people who heard him, who listened to his ideas, and they came out and said, we're going to do it. Now, Tesla, let's take a look at Tesla's story. Tesla has a very interesting story. Tesla, initially public offering was in June 29, 2010. That's when it went into the stock market, okay? The stock was priced at $17 a share. Are y'all hearing me? I'm multitasking while I'm talking to you at the same time. Tesla, okay, there it is. Tesla $17 a share. It has split its stocks twice since its initial public offering. Okay? A 5-for-1 split, 2020. Then a 3-for-1 split. Oh man, you gonna ask me to put my email down? Okay. I'm trying to do one thing because I got a corporate call in a few. So after adjustment, these split. The initial public offering for the share is what? $1.13, ladies and gentlemen. $1.13. Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that off the chain? Because $1.13 after split. Well, guess what? Those people who invested $1.13 are set. Because Tesla stock price reached its peak in October 2021 at $414 per share. The latest price is $253.97. I mean, that's back then. I mean, this is 2023, so I couldn't give you the latest numbers now. But if you can go to the Tesla website, I mean, if you would have came in with $40 in your pocket and put it towards Tesla at the time, I'm quite sure you wouldn't be mad. Here are some examples of how much Tesla investment would be worth today. If you take $10,000 investment in 2010, okay, it would be worth $411,600. $411,600 today. Okay, that's back in 2021 or 2022. $10,000 investment in 2013 will be worth $247,250 today. That's a pretty doggone good investment. $1,000 investment would be worth $14,763.75 today. That is definitely 100% price profit. Okay, pure profit. Just got to make sure you get with your financial advisor as far as taxation and so forth, what you need if you decide to withdraw. But all in all, guys, Tesla did pretty good. I'm quite sure it's more than that now. It's 2023 because they got the space side, they got the Tesla solar side, and then you got the car side. Okay, and now he's doing robotics, and they're doing also other investments as well. So this thing, $1.13, you put about $10,000 on this $1.13 IPO, and just imagine what that would be. I mean, back then, what would it be for you now? All right. Let's look at here another one, revolutionary. McDonald's. You remember in 1937, the McDonald's brothers started a hot dog stand, getting into food service business as a team. And in 1940, they opened their barbecue restaurant at San Bernardino, the first McDonald's restaurant. There was, and I'm reading this verbatim, there is no current information on whether they sold barbecue rib sandwich, but we would like to think they did. I would think so too. That's why they came up with the McRib later on. In 1948, the McDonald's brothers turned the restaurant into a hamburger and milkshake restaurant, and its process are credited with inventing the modern service model for fast foods. It's in later memoirs, the brothers would create their first process to Henry Ford, saying that they modeled their restaurant around the assembly line in Detroit, and they still do. Because I used to work for McDonald's, and a lot of our fast food giants still practice these same habits. In 1953, McDonald's opened its first franchise restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona. While not focused on Maurice and Richard McDonald, they did open multiple restaurants in Arizona and California during the company early years. Now, this when the game began to change. A guy named Ray Kroc. You remember Ray Kroc? There's a book about Ray Kroc. Get yourself a book and read it. That man done a lot of things. I mean, he done a lot of stuff. Failed in a lot of stuff, had some disappointment, but he kept going. He's like everybody bunny. He just keeps going. But Ray Kroc, in 1954, a traveling appliance salesman visited McDonald's restaurant to discover why. Okay, I'm already in. To discover why a small hamburger shop needs as many milkshake machines as it does, because he was selling milkshake machines. Okay. He buys the right. What he did, he buys the right to franchise McDonald's restaurant across the country. He sure did. He took McDonald's and took it around the world. Took it around the country and took it around the world. Now, here's the thing. 1955, Kroc opened his first franchise restaurant. Arguably the first restaurant of the modern, as we know, McDonald's company in what? Des Plaines, Illinois. And I hope I have not screw that pronunciation up. Now, in 1956, Kroc and Harry Sonneborn, oh, I'm sorry, and I've messed the last name up, please forgive me, but you can see it from here on the slide, developed a financial model. They developed a financial model in which McDonald's would own the land on which its franchise built their restaurant. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? That's real estate. They own the land. It was a great strategy. It's a way to leverage the franchise and keep it within the compounds of corporate. The model continues to this day, and it's often considered one of the most significant franchise decisions the company has ever made. So that means whenever somebody builds a McDonald's restaurant, that restaurant building is owned by McDonald's corporations. True and true. All right? That's the model Kroc and Henry had put together. That's the financial model. And it works to this day. In 1959, Kroc named Sonneborn, the first CEO of McDonald's Company. If somebody can give me a better way how to pronounce his name, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. In 1961, Kroc bought out the McDonald's brothers for $2.6 million, approximately $22 million in 2019 equivalent. Pretty good, pretty good. Either that, he was sue the pants out of them and buy them all and kept them all in court, tied up in court. The brothers kept their original restaurant, renamed it Big Mac, Big M. So the Kroc later opened the competing McDonald's nearby that drove them and the first ever McDonald's out of business by the end of the decade. They really had a hard relationship, if I may say so myself. I mean, that was kind of, backstabbing your own creators with his own name, and then at the same time, you're going to build one right across the street as and just put them out of business. Sad but true. That's how it was. Kroc was ruthless. He was a go-getter, and he didn't play around. He saw an opportunity. He didn't call it a scam. He didn't play around. And people who came in under Kroc and opened franchise under the supervision of Kroc and Harry are multi-millionaires. I'm here to tell you guys, this is not a time to waste time or money. This is not the time, because these innovators can do it. You can do it too. Now, here's the thing, okay? In 62, 63, McDonald's launched its two most recognizable logos, the Golden Arch and the Ronald McDonald. 1965, McDonald's launched its public stock. So he went to the stock market, all right? 67, Kroc pushed his partners, Harry Sonnenberg, out and take the position of CEO himself. What a ruthless individual. But he was focused. I mean, he had visions. Meanwhile, McDonald's opened its first international restaurant in Canada. So, because the company continued to grow, think about the shareholders. Think about all the investors that had put in seed money. Look at all these guys that helped get Kroc really going and made them help them go international. Look at the dividends they're getting back in return. All right. In 1974, the first Ronald McDonald Open House opened and that's the same year. And I see here in 1984, Kroc died. I think he died in 74, but I wasn't sure. Either 74 or 84. Kroc did die. But that man was an innovator to open the opportunity of franchise as we understand franchise to be in the modern era. In 1990, post-Kroc, McDonald's opened a restaurant in Pushkin Square, Moscow. Given the cultural status of the restaurant, this is seen as a symbolic moment at the end of the Cold War. According to the restaurant website, it served more than 30,000 Russian citizens on its first day. Unfortunately, McDonald's had to close down in 2022 after the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. Okay. In 1993, let's move back to the past. 1993, the company opened its first McCafe. McDonald's attempt to run a coffee restaurant in Australia. That's why we got the McCafe coffee. In 1996, McDonald's has entered an era of rapid growth. From 1988 to 1996, the company doubled its number of restaurants. Opening location number reached 20,000 that particular year. 20,000, okay? In 1998 to 99, McDonald's as a corporation began aggressively expand past its traditional business model. It acquired companies including Chip Hot or CMG, Get Free Report, Boston Market. Although it would later divert itself on these holdings. In 2000, by the end of the 1990s, McDonald's has opened more than 11,000 restaurants outside of the United States. In 2013, In another symbolic moment, McDonald's opened its first restaurants in Vietnam. Now, just think, had you been patient and you saw an opportunity that was presented to you, would you jump in it? I mean, McDonald's opened 11,000 stores, restaurants overseas. 20,000 at the time in 1996 in the United States. That's phenomenal. It served 30,000 Russians in 1990. So think about this, guys. Opportunity only knocks once in a while. You don't have time to play around and make misdecisions and whether it's a scam or not. There's no guarantees to anything. There's no guarantee to Philip Morris. There's no guarantee to Ford Motor Company. There's no guarantee to Chevy Ford Motor Company. Or there's no guarantee in anything. But one thing I'm going to say is this, for sure. If you see an opportunity and you took a good look at it and you tried and it worked, what if it really grows internationally? What if it grows all over the United States and then take off and grow internationally within your lifetime? What if it took off and you never got on board? You would have missed a very valuable opportunity to change your life. So that's why I brought this up. This is going to be the revolutionary of the future. And guys, I'm here to tell you, if you don't see value in what I'm showing you right here, I'm not going to go into a lot of details because there's presentations. If you're interested, I can send you videos or I can send you webinars that's going on live. Matter of fact, we got a corporate webinar happening in the next 4 minutes. I'm here to tell you you're going to be very disappointed if you don't come on board. I mean, you got the Visa logo, which is a registered trademark. They don't play around. You got our federal FDIC insured banking system that's partnered, that's working in conjunction with Transact Card. All right. So what do you have to lose? Think about it. There's an app that you can balance, just keep track of your checking account, your account, because it does the same thing. It's the same thing. It's a checking account. It's a bank card. It's an ATM card where you can keep track of all your deposits and your purchases, just like anything else. I just want to show you this, guys, just a little bit. So I just want to show you about the opportunity in this Transact Card. I share with you from the beginning opportunities that you already missed out and that I have missed out also. I mean, I have a lot of educators, a lot of educational opportunity. Colleges are looking for people to register and invest in their education because that costs money. I'm telling you, MIT costs almost $500,000 for a 4-year degree. Don't get me started about a master's degree or a doctorate degree. Don't get me started at Liberty Baptist Theological Seminary, how much a seminary cost. Because I've been there, done that. Undergrad degree. I remember when an undergrad degree cost only $500 at the time, $500 per semester for full time, 12 credit hours. Now think about that for a moment, and look at the price increase based on the cost of living. There's no chance. This is the best chance you got right now to become a business owner or a digital branch. The opportunity is $4.95 right now. I can't say how it's going to be in the future. Or if you don't want to be a DBO, become a customer, $25 for the rest of your life right now. This is the time, guys. I'll go into, if you like, ask me some information, ask for information, I'll send you videos. I will send you a link that will go into detail. And that way you have an understanding of it. But we got less than 14 days to make this happen because the company will launch. And it's going to be well known, wide known. I'm here to tell you. So don't waste time. Don't waste money. Get involved. Get started. And don't miss out, guys. Anyway, this is Antonio Arnold, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Loving you, each and every one of you. I'm signing off.